What's going on, guys? This is Mando with M Traders. So I'm going to be talking about how to trade natural gas for rookies. So if you're an advanced trader, this might not be for you, but you might find some interesting concepts on what drives natural gas. So this is all based on my own opinions and my own experience. So I hope you guys really like the video. If you don't know how to trade gases, or you haven't trade stocks at all whatsoever, and you want to enter, this video might be for you. It should help you lay the foundation on your own style of trading. So make sure you guys stay tuned. See you shortly. So first things first. So we got your foundations of trading, which is actually charts and price action. So if you do not know what the how to chart a certain stock or price action, I suggest doing a lot of the videos that are available in YouTube. That would help you kind of lay the foundation on your technical analysis. Technical analysis is very important because it gives you a lot of understanding on the stocks. For example, I used TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim for my charting, which provides a lot of valuable information, and it has a lot of studies and little gadgets that you can use. Like one of them I use is Trade Flash, which is right over here. So Trade Flash is this one right over here, right? Right here. So that's Trade Flash. Basically, it gives you news on any tickers that you want. You can search for the tickers right here. You can type the ticker you want. Sometimes it's not going to have anything because there was nothing unusual, but anything unusual is going to come out here on several tickers. I've seen quite a few times that natural gas did popped up right here, and say, oh, large sell, large buy, things like that, and it kind of helps me gauge where the market's going, right? So it's something good to watch, just to have it on the side as an additional resource for you to trade, right? So the other one is just your old T8 or technical analysis, right? So a lot of people use Fibonacci's. This is my Fibonacci. It's a Thinkorswim script, which was provided by one of our members. His name is Brent. So he gave me this study, which is fantastic because it doesn't matter what I pick, right? It'll automatically do my Fibonacci based on the whatever time frame I want. So natural gas, let's go with natural gas. Yeah, it's taking a bit too long. There you go. Then we got our daily, right? So, and it does it automatically for us. So that's our Fibonacci for you. So I use that quite a bit. Now, this is your technical analysis, nothing fancy. You look at your entries, you look at the 5-minute, daily, hourly, depending on how long you want to swing. I usually want to swing my positions for more than a week, but if there's something that pops up and says, you know what, get out of your position, I might do that, right? It's not like, oh, I just hold and hope. No, because hope is like a drug. Oh, like one of our guys says, it's hopium. Hopium is bad for you. It's kind of a drug that won't let you get away with what you want, or gets you stuck into taking profits, or gets you stuck into closing your positions for a small loss versus a long loss. So that's one. The other things that I use and I have it set up is like Seeking Alpha. So I use Seeking Alpha for a lot of the stuff. You can add your symbols, what you want to be following, and then you get your portfolio. You can look at stocks. If you want to upgrade, you can upgrade. But my portfolio is basically anything that I have on my stocks. It gives you, this is a little bit new, I haven't seen this. It gives you basically what the ratings are from the authors that actually write articles. Apple, AMD, Amazon, UNG, neutral, not cover. So you don't have like quantity rating, sell rating, but you also have authors on it. You have several different options that you can do. So I use this quite a bit, and I look for the news and see what pops up, what gets my attention. I have been able to get very good entries, like on Disney when it was 137. I got in 2 calls. Microsoft was about 120 when I got in. Sold too soon. I sold it like a 132. It's 151 now. So that actually helps you understand what makes a stock tick. Not only natural gas, but any other stock. You want to see what's moving the stock. Yes, you got price action, right? You either goes up or down. It's pretty simple, or just stays, sideways. So you want to see what makes it tick. And for me, one of this Secret Alpha, I think I like it a lot. Well, I don't think I like it a lot. I've been a member for over a year, plus member, and they got the extremely the Pro edition, right? The Pro edition is a lot more expensive. I think it's like $300 a month, but I think I'm fine with that. Oh, another one that I did not mention, right, is CNBC. So CNBC, I do have it on my phone, especially on your phone. So CNBC is actually very good because you get the latest news on whatever it is. I have it on my phone set up. So anytime there's a big breaking news, I want to see what's happening, right? When somebody tweets something, or if somebody's going to get a lawsuit, or somebody's going to buy something, I like it a lot. And I watch their CNBC TV because it does help me also confirm a lot of the research that I already done and say, hey, I'm not the only one thinking the same thing about the markets, right? So that helps out a lot. Now, the other thing that you guys need to pay attention is weather models. So a lot of people say, hey, I'm going to be buying UGAZ, DGAZ, based on price action. So you guys know UGAZ, DGAZ is a 3 times leverage ETF, which runs out of a natural gas index, which for Thinkorswim is /NG. So that helps track the movement, or UGAZ tracks the movement of natural gas. DGAZ as well. So DGAZ is the bull ETF for bearish natural gas, and UGAZ is the bull ETF for long natural gas. So if natural gas goes up, UGAZ goes up. If natural gas goes down, DGAZ goes up. Right? Simple as that. Remember when it was 85, I say, hey, I should buy some. That would have been amazing. $85 all the way down to 170. That's outrageous. That's so crazy, right? Too bad these 2 stocks do not carry any type of options, right? So it has no options whatsoever. UGAZ, DGAZ. Then you also have other tickers like BOIL and COLD. So BOIL tracks also the natural gas index /NG, and what it does, it has that one is a 2 times ETF. So basically what it means, for every percent that natural gas goes up, BOIL goes up 2%, and UGAZ, for every percent that natural gas goes up, it goes up 3%. So BOIL does the same exact thing as UGAZ, it just does it a lot less. Well, not a lot less, but 2 times versus 3 times. And this one, however, does have trading options. So you can actually trade options at a discounted price, but you guys gotta remember, if you are not familiar with options, you should only try to purchase stock first. So that will be the best way to kind of get your hands in the game. Do not do options because it can expire. For example, I was in a position HYG short, and at the end of the day, I think in the last 5 minutes, it just dropped, right? I had puts, and I went in the money, but I was not fast enough to sell it. So since I wasn't able to sell it, basically I had to close it for a loss. So I was positive, I was profitable on my HYG, but because it dropped at the last minute, it was going to expire worthless. It actually did not expire worthless, and I got stuck with, 3,900 shares of HYG. So what they do a DNE, which is do not exercise, and basically all the money that you invested gets lost. So it's the same thing as having your options expire worthless. So if you are not familiar with options, do not buy options. But if you are familiar with options and you're an advanced trader and you're very used to buying stock, this might be a good a good alternative. However, the spreads are pretty big. You get a 10-cent spread for the $10 calls on January 20, so 120 to 130, 155, 165. This one's a little bit worse. This one you got probably about a 20-cent spread, which is almost close to 20%. And what you want to really get is something that has a very tight spread, right? So let me show you one. Not teaching options, just showing you what I mean. So let's say you are here. So the spreads also vary when you are during trading hours. The spreads get closer, right? They close the gap. When the market is close, usually the spreads are a lot wider. So right now, I know when I was trading at WM, the spreads were about 1 cent away. So it'll be like 148 on the bid and 149 on the ask, that's what you want, right? You want those type of spreads because it's a lot cheaper to have those type of spreads than having a 10 or 20 cent spread on a $9 stock. That's pretty crazy. This one is a $161 stock. So for 30 cents, I bought them, I think, for 30 cents. It was at 162. Yes, I was at 162.5 puts. I bought them for 30 cents. And it went all the way up to probably about 80 cents, if I'm not mistaken. I had the Friday expiration. Now, that one I was able to sell on Friday because I was paying attention to that one. So, that being said, those are the type of tickers that you use. Then you got other tickers like GAZ-L. GAZ-L runs on natural gas and oil. So in order for this one to go up, both won't have to go up. So it's a little bit more difficult. But the difference between this is a 3 times ETF. So this is 3 times just like UGAZ, DGAZ, but it needs the two indices to go up or go down in order to have a clear direction on GAZ-L. You got GAZ-L, you got GAZ-X. So you got this one. I remember I was tracking GAZ-X. You see how it went from $50 all the way down to 80. That was crazy, and that was only in less than 2 weeks. Let's look at the 4-hour. I remember I was watching GAZ-X go over like from 45 all the way up to 89, and I never got in. The options, however, it's pretty crazy. Options are a little bit have more separation, so like 880 to 1420. Come on, that's almost $5, right? $4 and some change. No, it is $5. So the spreads are very ridiculous. And also you can look at the last price, whatever the last traded. So 820 they traded last. There's no last on the GAZ-X. So GAZ-L, actually that's what they use. Either they buy puts or they buy shorts. 5 cent spread, 10 cent spread, 15 cent spread, 10 cent spread. So you gotta gauge your risk, gauge your what you are willing to spend for an option. So those are all the tickers that you use to play natural gas. Even oil, you got like USO, you got UWT, you got DWT, you got those type of ETFs. See, if there's any other ETFs you guys want me to dig into, like gold, silver, and things like that, just let me know in the comments below. Right? So that being said, let's go back. So HFIR weather.com is one of the services that I use specifically because I'm able to see the natural gas consumption based on TDDs. TDDs are total day degrees. They account for hot and cold day degrees. So HDDs and CDDs. So cooling day degrees, heating day degrees, they're divided into those two type of consumption ratings, right? So overall, we just want to look at the TDDs. What's the overall consumption? Hot and cold, doesn't matter. We want to look at the overall consumption. So on this area right over here, it gives you kind of the total delta days, right? So what is the changes versus previous runs? So we got right now the latest one that ran today was 11:30. The 12Z report, which is the 12 p.m. we had negative 5.77, negative 1.78, negative 3.45. So notice right here we actually had 4.87.58, which was bullish. This was for yesterday, for Friday. So for Friday, it was kind of bullish, and this just said, no, we're still bearish, right? So it's good to see, what the direction of the consumption for natural gas is going to be. That's something I also use. If you are more into a chart type person, you get your charts. Okay, now we see on my previous video, I had another video that I was talking about natural gas. We saw that what was it, December. Somebody said, hey, it's not November. Yes, it's December 9th. Sorry. So I was talking about December 9th. We had a deviation a pretty big deviation from the runs. Right now the clusters are getting closer, right? And we see that the clusters are getting more close together. Notice here, the clusters are way off between each other, right? So the clusters are pretty tight, extremely tight, extremely tight. The more we get closer to a day, the clusters get more accurate. The further it's away, the clusters are way apart from each other. Now, this is another one that I use. So the 30-year average, again, 30-year average, that's just what it is. It's a 30-year average. So are we below the 30-year average or above the 30-year average? And that's what actually also drives the price down. Well, we are above the 30-year average, okay, which is good. It's bullish, right? Consumption is bigger than the 30-year average, or consumption is less than the 30-year average. So all that comes into play when traders, I guess, take positions. And I say I guess because sometimes they don't even follow TDDs, right? There's several other reasons that might cause natural gas to spike. Now, this is the GFS ensemble. Then you also got the maps. Okay, so how does the 1 to 5 day look like? Oh, it looks somewhat warm, about 70% warm in the United States. Texas, again, is the highest consumer of natural gas. You're like, oh, well, it doesn't snow there, or it's never like negative 40. No, but still is the biggest consumption. So even if it's 40 degrees, it's going to activate a lot of consumption across Texas. So Texas, the biggest consumer of natural gas, and then you got the rest of the United States. Just to keep an eye on this. Now, looking at this, we see this is actually pretty bearish. I was showing the 6 to the 10 day forecast. It was yesterday on 11/29, and it looked a little bit more bullish than today. Right now, it is actually pretty bearish. All this is United States. Let me cross it. There you go. All this is United States, and it looks pretty bearish to me, knowing that we're going to be in winter. We're already in winter, so it's kind of crazy. Now, the 10 to 15 day, it also is pretty bearish, right? So you don't want to be in a long position knowing that this is coming bearish. 16-day clusters is kind of looking a little bit more bullish, which I like. The 16-day cluster, it's actually pretty good. That's like 50% United States. It's still not Texas. A little bit less bullish. This, however, this is nice. This is quite bullish, right? But we have to wait for the short-term weather models to confirm it. So usually, I think, in my own opinion, I think that traders priced in, the 1 to 15 days outlook, right? So the 1 to 5 days should be already priced in now. Even the 6 to 10 days should be already priced in. The ones that I don't think gets priced in yet is like the 10 or the 11 to 15 days. That I don't think it's yet priced in. That's going to be priced in next week. And looking at this, the 10 to 15 day is still pretty bearish. Some traders might already be looking at this and they probably already priced it in, but I don't think the rest of the traders have. Why? Because weather models can change enough, in a flip of a dime. It can just flip-flop overnight, and then you were extremely bearish one day, and then 6 hours later it's extremely bullish. So it can change with no notice whatsoever. So that's why it's very critical that you understand weather patterns, weather consumption, and trader positions, sentiment, things like that. And then you got the GIF, the GFS ensemble GIF, right? So it gives you kind of little video or how the United States is going to be looking. And for me, from looking at the GIF, the ensemble, it doesn't look bullish whatsoever. So can a lot of this thing be already priced in? I think so. So it's just something to take into consideration. Now, the other thing is that I use is CFTC natural gas report. So I use the one from MQL5. Why? Because it gives me basically is the bread and butter of the entire report. So the entire report, you can look at online, CFTC natural gas COT reports, which is the commitment of traders reports. Basically gives you the sentiment on positions from producers, from large speculators, commercial, non-commercial. It has a lot of different things. But the one that I like to see is this one, the CFTC natural gas non-commercial net positions. Because it gives you okay, so how many people are short? Well, previously it was 121,000. Now it's 140,000. It's an additional 20,000. This happened on November 22nd. And it gave us a pretty good idea of what non-commercial traders wanted to do. So this is a weekly, I think it's a weekly report if I'm not mistaken. This was due to get released next on November 28th, but it didn't. So it got released on December 2nd. It's going to get released December 2nd because of the holidays, of course, right? So that's another thing to take into consideration, the sentiment of the market. So based on all that and your price action, your technical analysis, and you put all into play, this will be good for swing trades. It's not good for day trades. If you're just doing day trades, then you just look at your regular five minute. So you look at your 5-minute charts and say, okay, I want to get a position here and not here. For example, if you were to trade natural gas, how do I trade natural gas based on the 5-minute chart? Well, one thing I seen on the 5-minute chart that is been following the EMA 9 very closely, and it's been rejected anytime it's touching that EMA line. So based on this, I would just play on the EMA 9. Drop, recover, try to recover, touch, drop some more, you went above and shorted and kept shorting, kept going down. So this is something that day traders would just look at the price action. If you want to do a swing trader, then you look at the bigger picture. I think swing trades are a lot more profitable if you just buy it and stick to your plan. Have a stop loss set and also stick to your plan. So even if you're profitable, you could have missed another 20%, 30%. So what I do, I reduce positions. I don't withdraw everything at once. I reduce positions in case it drops a little bit more, then I will buy more and then, kind of get more profit that way. But if you're a day trader, then you look at the charts, not so much on you won't be looking at the bigger picture or the natural gas consumption weather models or the CFTC COT report, or articles on Seeking Alpha. You won't be looking at all of that. But if you don't have time, you're a busy trader, you have your personal life and business life, I would highly suggest to do your research before you get into a position, and then just trust your instinct and play the way you have planned it. So that being said, this is how I trade natural gas, and those are all the tools that I use. And the link for the HFIR weather website is down below. Also, I have another thing to show you that I think it was one of the most important things that I needed when I first became a trader, and this is coming next. And this is, I think, one of the most important things that I could ever get myself invested into. Unfortunately, when I first started, I had to pay to join a server almost $300, and no other people or other like-minded individuals that do the same type of trading as I do, right? So this is I think the most important thing. It was the Discord chat, so I can meet other people that do same type of trading or even different type of trading, right? This is where I got introduced into options, and there's people that are very good with options, and you know, they taught me a lot. Definitely, they taught me a lot on options, on trades, on what to look for, what type of indicators do they use, you know, what type of studies do they use, how do they scan for stocks that they want to invest in. So this is the best place where I think traders can come in and share. I mean, I wish I can make a video every single day when there's a big change. For example, I'm going to show you something here on the screen, something that I typed. I think it was on Tuesday. I wasn't able to make a video. I had to exit my positions. So hold on, let me search for it, and I'll come back. And this is the other one that I showed right here. This is me, right? Last Tuesday at 1:44 p.m. It's a lot faster for me to type something in less than 10 seconds than to make a video, edit the video, post the video, wait for the masses to see it. This is, you know, quick, easy. You know, hey, I'm closing all my long positions on natural gas. I really don't like the setup. Made some of my money back once it touched 2.50. So, you know, I was able to share my thoughts and what I did with my positions. So this is my idea. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. I'm not telling you to invest, get out, or whatever. I'm telling you what I did and why. Obviously, it was because of the weather models and because of other certain situations like the CFTC COT report. And, you know, it worked out for me, right? This was a 2.50. It dropped all the way down to 2.27. That's ridiculous. I mean, I wasn't expecting that big drop on natural gas that just happened. But again, if you're a rookie, you kind of want to see what other people are doing, and then you do your own research and make your decision based on your own research. But it's good to have a Discord group where you can share a lot of the ideas with, you know, other traders. So, and the Discord chat link is also down below. It's free. You don't have to pay or anything. It's just, I like to have people to connect with other people or other traders and kind of learn from them. And also, if you got ideas, it's good to share your ideas as well. So make sure you guys do sign up for YouTube. So do subscribe, have the notification bell, so anytime I make a video is because there might be something very important that I think is going to happen. Can I be wrong? Of course, nobody's perfect, otherwise everybody will be millionaires. But I like to play my my plays very carefully, right? So I think you guys should do the same. Just be very careful when you trade. Do not get overexcited. Do not have FOMO, fear of missing out. That will kill your account. Do not force a trade. That's another secret that I have. Do not force. Just because you got money to invest doesn't mean you have to invest. You can just wait for the right moment and then invest, right? So that being said, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys do like the video on how to trade natural gas and what type of tickers to use and what type of research to do when you trade natural gas. And I think it should help you out a lot understanding what makes natural gas move. A lot of people they just say, oh, it's just price action. No, it's not. Because you also have Thursday reports, the weekly consumption reports, where it can give you a very good entry for a reversal, or a very good entry for a short, or a very good entry for a long. You know, that's basically 1 to 2 minute candles that go up 2 or 3%. So that's pretty crazy, which means about 9% UGAZ, 7%. Or Boyle means about, you know, 6%. So that being said, guys, hopefully you guys do like the video. Do subscribe. All the links are down below. Also, I got my merchandise, the guacinator, the guac makers. Basically, the guac means because you need extra money to get guac. So any money that you make in the market is guac money. So I do have the link down below. Feel free to check out the shirts. They're pretty cool. They're hilarious. So hopefully you guys do like it, and I'll see you guys next. Thanks for watching.